It is week 2 of my hybrid training vlog, and with the Nike Run fast approaching, I figured I would have a bit more structure to my existing training program. And whilst looking online for any free resources, I realized Nike themselves actually provided an 8-week training program for their runners. So essentially with the weeks going forward, I will be following this 8-week program that has been established by Nike. There will be essentially 3 types of runs that I will be doing during the week. I'll be doing 2 recovery type of runs where essentially it's more so about going at a consistent pace and maintaining that same pace for the entire distance or time that I'm running. The second type of run that I'll be doing is a speed run where essentially I will be running at my faster type of pace for about 2 minutes with the rest in between those fast-paced runs, and that'll be repeated 8 times. So for example, I'll be running at a fast pace for 2 minutes, walking or jogging for 1 minute, and then running again at a faster pace for another 2 minutes, and that just repeats 8 times over. And finally, towards perhaps the end of the week, I will be doing my longer type of runs, and this is more so to build up to what I should be running at that Nike 10K run. So for this week, I will be expecting to run about 5 kilometers at a relatively even pace, not to overly exert myself or anything like that. But that's essentially how I'll be structuring my training. To supplement my existing training for running, I will still be doing my week-to-week weight training. So at the moment, I've structured my weightlifting to be about 4 to 5 days a week, mainly push-pull legs, and then I have a separate day for arms, and I train my calves on the same day as well. Alrighty, this was the first weight training session of the week. Worked out my calves and my arms. So started off with a bit of single leg calf raises. Just did a bit of a warm up here. Just getting that good eccentric stretch. Then I moved on to my actual working set with about 30 kilograms. Did about 3 sets of these, about 10 to 12 reps each. So just working both legs here. Concentrated on that stretch right at the bottom, so just hold it for a second or 2 and then lifted it up. Then I moved on to my first arm exercise, which was cable curls. So instead of doing standard barbell curls, I just used a cable, easier to set up. Did about 3 sets of this, then moved on to incline dumbbell curls. Was using about 15 kilograms in each hand, and was just focusing on getting that stretch and control at the bottom. Finished my biceps, then moved on to a quick tricep push down exercise. Was doing a lot of high reps on these ones because I was only essentially doing one exercise. So I did 10 reps of the standing up tricep push down, and then supersetted that with an overhead tricep extension. So just got that stretch right at the end. So this I did about 20 reps each, 10 for the tricep push down, 10 for the tricep overhead, and that was about 3 working sets. So here, just doing some single leg press. Did about 3 working sets. So this is just the first working set that I recorded. That was about 100 kilos, and I was just doing about 8 reps. I later then moved on to putting a third plate, so that was roughly around 140, I believe, and I only did about 6 to 8 reps. Later then moved on to my deadlifts. So this was essentially the last working set that I recorded. Initially started off doing 5 reps of 60, then 5 reps of 100, and then finally moved on to 5 reps of 140. And I think that this set that I recorded would have been, I tried to put out 1 extra on, so this was only 3 reps. Then I moved on to my single leg hamstring curls, lying down hamstring curls, sorry. I get that nice pause at the bottom. You'll notice in this exercise I'm doing a bit of a warm-up, so this just helps engage the lats, helps engage the rear delts, and also did a bit of lower trap exercise. Started implementing this warm-up. Got this from Squat University, so if ever you guys need a bit of information on, for me, I personally have trouble with shoulder pain, and those exercises really help out with just warming me up for bench press. So this is only one of the sets that I recorded. This is about 60 kilograms and only did about 5 reps. I continued to do 3 more sets after this. So essentially I worked my way up to around 90 kilograms, where I did about 3 reps. So I like to do that nice pause at the bottom. Then I moved on to incline press, just to target my upper chest. And then I finished off the push workout with just some shoulder presses. I seem to like this grip a bit more, just using the wide grip. Just my shoulders are already overly fatigued and didn't want to overwork my rotators. Alrighty guys, I'm just gonna start my long run for week 2. So as I mentioned, I am looking to have a bit more structure. So for this first long run, commencing this 8-week running program, I'll just be looking to run about 5Ks today at a comfortable pace. Alrighty, so as I mentioned, this is my long run for the week that I recorded. I'll be showing the distance and the time that I ran as well shortly. So during the video I didn't really show much of my speed runs or my recovery runs because they were primarily done on a treadmill at the gym. So wasn't really that much great footage to show. It's just simply me just running on a treadmill, and I guess it was easier as well to kind of do those types of runs on a treadmill because I could properly control the pace by just simply increasing the speed or decreasing the speed, whereas in this long run that I was doing was simply just running the distance, and I could check the distance from time to time using my phone. So this run didn't feel that great. I felt a bit cramped and ran a bit slower than usual. So you'll see my pace and the image of my run shortly. So this is the distance, but it wasn't quite clear off my phone, so here's an image of how far I ran and the time that I ran. So this is during the morning. And then later in the evening, went to the gym and trained back. So similar to how I train chest, this is a good warm-up exercise to just prime my back. So I like to do these types of exercises prior to doing any compound lifts, just to make sure that my back is properly engaged and I've just warmed everything up. So after I've done these quick warm-ups, so this exercise engages my lower traps really well, I then quickly move on to face pulls. So with these face pulls, just really concentrate on that squeeze and then that slow eccentric. So this exercise did about 3 sets with about 12 reps each set. Then moved on to pull-ups. Pull-ups just really concentrated on engaging my scapula. So squeeze and then pull, and then slow control. So I did about 3 sets of pull-ups with about 10 to 12 reps each. And that about wraps up my training for the week.